आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
At 8 p.m. tonight, I get you another stunning revelation in the aviation crisis. How the central government, the DGCA and the Ministry of Civil Aviation ignored internal warnings issued in August on IndiGo. At 9 o'clock tonight, the Prime Minister takes direct aim at the opposition over their stand on Vande Mataram as the national song marks 150 years. And ladies and gentlemen, the breaking news tonight is that one of the members of the ruling NDA is so angry with Republic for asking questions, so angry, so upset, so angry, so furious. They've gone so mad, they've gone so crazy over the fact that we're asking the Minister for Civil Aviation, who's a TDP leader, questions. The correct questions, the right questions, that can you believe it? The Telugu Desam party says we will boycott Republic. And I want to tell the Telugu Desam party, that will only make us ask more questions and tough questions and have no impact on us. I want to tell the Telugu Desam party, I want to tell Chandrababu Naidu that please tell your minister to do his job. If we are reminding the minister, the TDP minister, that he is not doing his job well, if the entire TDP jumps to his defense and says we'll fight a big war with the Republic Media Network and boycott and ban Republic, I would like to remind the TDP these boycotts and bans have no impact on us. Zero. Zero. Try this stunt on a corporate network, not on the Republic Media Network. This is the Republic Media Network. The TDP, like the Congress party, is free to boycott and ban us. That will only strengthen our resolve in asking the questions. And the fact of the matter is the minister has done a bad job. The minister has done a bad job. There's no point defending what he's done. He should come and explain to us that yes, I've done a bad job in the past, I'll try and improve things later, but in a show of arrogance or political unity to try and fight the Republic Media Network is a waste of time. Ladies and gentlemen, therefore, I'm coming with even more exposés. Hold your attention, because what we are witnessing in the aviation sector is a crisis of an unprecedented scale. Never seen before, never heard before. More than 450 flights have been cancelled across India today. Airports in Delhi, Bengaluru, Chennai, Hyderabad, Jammu, Srinagar, Ahmedabad and Vizag continue descending into chaos. I want the Civil Aviation Minister to go with a big placard into airports where passengers have been stranded and say, my emergency response is to ban Republic Media Network. What are you doing, Mr. Minister? What is the TDP doing? Go carry a placard that our solution to the situation is to boycott the Republic Media Network for asking questions of the government. The airlines are raking in profits. The regulatory authorities sworn to protect citizen safety have been caught sleeping by Republic on the wheels. The Civil Aviation Minister Rammohan Naidu says the IndiGo crisis happened due to problems in crew rostering and internal planning system. Hear him.
इंडिगो का क्राइसिस अभी देखने को मिला वो एएमएसएस से रिलेटेड नहीं है। इंडिगो के इंटरनल ऑपरेशंस में उनके जो क्रू रोस्टरिंग सिस्टम है, उनका जो अपना इंटरनल प्लानिंग है, उसमें गड़बड़ी के कारण ये सब हुआ है।
Now that also is an eyewash, because for the minister's explanation is not matching the facts, because this collapse did not come out of nowhere. The minister is being economical with the truth. Was this crisis avoidable? It certainly was. In fact, I have data and information with me, and I challenge the Minister for Civil Aviation or the TDP to challenge this. In August, the Parliament Standing Committee issued crystal clear directions to the DGCA, enforce the flight duty time limitations, protect pilots from fatigue and stop your shortcuts. The DGCA said, yes, we will do that. It nodded, updated CIRs, issued advisories, promised enhanced oversight. They made these promises. The Minister for Civil Aviation should come straight face to face with me and say, we did not make these promises. But the DGCA made these promises before the parliamentary committee, in other words, to Parliament. And then December comes and IndiGo's rostering collapses like a house of cards. The Standing Parliamentary Committee's report had warned DGCA, and I quote, I have papers on this. The DGCA must rigorously monitor and enforce compliance with the updated FDTL regulations for all flight crews, ensuring that operators do not circumvent these vital safety measures. DGCA updated flight duty time limitations on March 26, 2024 to combat pilot fatigue, to make you safe. And yet, IndiGo's rostering collapse proves zero monitoring occurred. I want to ask the government and the minister and the central government one question. A simple question tonight. What is this investigation when the fact is that DGCA itself cleared the rosters for November? DGCA knew. Is it true that one of the people who cleared the IndiGo roster is now on the investigating committee? Does it make any sense? Now, of course, the Ministry of Civil Aviation can come and ask, how do you have so much information, Arnab? On what basis is Republic making these claims? Well, because we are Republic, we know. And we believe this is wrong for the people of the country. And the minister thinks he will boycott the Republic media network and we will capitulate. He got to be dreaming. What the central government should understand, that the approach of the civil aviation minister and the ministry is wrong. Despite all of this, the DGCA, knowing it did zero pre-implementation audits, zero compliance checks, zero stress testing. Parliament had already warned DGCA months ago. Enforce the fatigue rules or face exactly this. Today, the civil aviation minister stands up in Parliament and says, we want more players in the industry. What is going on? Today, the government wakes up and says, duopoly is bad. I've been saying it for the longest time. And I want to ask the government, is aviation the only sector in which there are monopolies and duopolies? The minister suddenly wakes up and says, India has today a capacity of 5 big airlines. There has been an effort from the ministry to encourage more airlines. I ask the central government, the ministry, if you wanted more players, why did you allow the duopoly in the first place? IndiGo alone flies 64% of domestic passengers. India moves 14 to 15 million domestic passengers a month. You gave Air India to the Tatas for less than 2,000 crore rupees in cash. Why did you make it so easy for the Tatas? And yet two private airlines dominate 91% of the skies. So when 91 to 92% of the market lies with just two carriers, how can the government say we are anti-duopoly, anti-monopoly? It's not. We will believe what exists, not what we are told. The ministry cannot simply claim it has no role. Now there's a gigantic mess and the minister is repeating what I said earlier. Duopoly, monopoly is bad. Now the pilots' body are alleging a cover-up. They allege why DGCA approved extended winter schedules for IndiGo with impunity. Now the same officials who extended the winter schedules are probing the charges against IndiGo. Can the minister say I'm wrong? The problem with the civil aviation minister is he knows that Arnab knows everything. And he knows that only Arnab has the guts to ask this question straight. So he's going back to his party, put pressure on Republic and Arnab, ban the channel, stop them from speaking. His clips have gone viral. I will not be banned. The civil aviation minister is nobody to ban me. We have no individual agendas. But pressure tactics don't work with Republic. He now says responsibility lies with the airline. Yes, of course, but really, the ministry controls DGCA, the body responsible for pilot hours, flight safety, airspace management. How is the ministry also not responsible? How is the DGCA not responsible? How is the minister not culpable? And if the responsibility truly, solely lies only with the airlines, then the nation wants to know, Mr. Minister, why did the DGCA cave in? The DGCA should have stood firm. We would have backed the DGCA. We would have said, great, the DGCA suddenly got a spine. What happened? Mr. Minister, you can't fight with IndiGo, so you want to fight with Republic. You should have fought with IndiGo, fought for the people. Republic is fighting for the people. You're fighting with Republic. In other words, you're fighting with the public. The DGCA had introduced flight duty time limitations in January 2024 to prevent precisely this type of meltdown. Nighttime duty rules were designed to limit consecutive working hours and ensure pilots get adequate rest. Leave could not be substituted for weekly rest. This makes it safe for passengers. And yet, when IndiGo cancelled 1,000 flights in a single day, immediately the DGCA, in other words, the minister capitulated. If I say the minister capitulated, DGCA capitulated, you get angry and you say ban Republic. You think the people don't understand? A minister should know, I have been in this profession for a long time. We speak for the people. the people. No, Mr. Minister, there are many people like you who have come and said, parties have said, ban Republic. That's the one way to solve the situation. It's not a way to solve the situation. I wish, Mr. Minister, boycotting Republic was a way to help the people. It's not. The people, if I open the calls today, are with us. The public is with Republic. The fact is, the DGCA capitulated. The DGCA granted a one-time exemption from night-time flight duty limits. Why? Pilots who were supposed to be resting or on deputation to DGCA were sent back to flying duties. Why? The rule preventing airlines from counting leave as weekly rest, withdrawn entirely. Fatigue rules are needed to prevent collapse. Collapse happened, and therefore suspend the rules. Does this make sense? And the point is this, viewers. Who's talking about all this? Who's talking about all this? Remember one thing, viewers. This is your network, ladies and gentlemen. This network does not capitulate to anything. And it's breaking news tonight that TDP has said we are banning Republic. We have problems. Why do you have problems? Because we ask questions about IndiGo. That means you are saying you have problems with all the people in the country. And they want me to keep this under wraps. Why should I keep this under wraps? Today, if TDP sends a representative, today I will take them on air. But till then, I'll put an empty chair. And I want the people to know, all the people who fly IndiGo, don't fly IndiGo, passengers across the country, that to punish Republic for asking questions about the mess. The same ministry which could not handle IndiGo, the party where the minister comes from says we will not send representatives on Republic. Do you think it will impact us? Nothing. Water off a duck's back. Try this trick somewhere else. Ladies and gentlemen, we fight for the people. Let's debate.
Down, down. IndiGo! Down, down. IndiGo! Down, down. Down, down. IndiGo! अरे आप हमारी बैकअप टीम से बात करवाइए ना।
It's the 8th of December, and the IndiGo aviation disaster refuses to subside. Just today, IndiGo yet again cancelled nearly 450 flights across India. The reason is the same: poor crew roster management.
सर, जो इंडिगो का क्राइसिस अभी देखने को मिला वो एएमएसएस से रिलेटेड नहीं है। इंडिगो के इंटरनल ऑपरेशंस में उनके जो क्रू रोस्टरिंग सिस्टम है, उनका जो अपना इंटरनल प्लानिंग है, उसमें गड़बड़ी के कारण ये सब हुआ है।
When confronted in Rajya Sabha, the Civil Aviation Minister threw the airline under the bus, but surprisingly remained silent on the DGCA's role. Was the regulator caught napping on the wheel? Republic has been leading the coverage on the plight of the passengers across India and has asked the hardest-hitting questions from day one. Did IndiGo know? Tonight, we have the answer. The DGCA did know. In an exclusive document accessed by Republic, the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Civil Aviation in the month of August had raised an alarm on the DGCA. The Standing Committee document calls on DGCA to ensure strict FDTL compliance through rigorous monitoring. Not only that, the DGCA was also warned to ensure that the airlines did not circumvent vital safety measures. These warnings came almost a quarter before the November 1st deadline for the Phase 2 implementation of the FDTL norms. And despite this, the DGCA did nothing to prevent the December debacle.
Yes. 5, 6, 7:50. The flight has to departure. If it doesn't departure, what to do?
IndiGo Airlines was sitting on this FDTL for 17 months put together. 17 months. Even a chaprasi in the DGCA office would have known that the FDTL order will not be implemented because IndiGo was not recruiting pilots. It simply meant that 25% of pilots need to be recruited to implement this FDTL.
Passengers are still in chaos. Only half the bags in IndiGo's custody have safely reached back to the passengers. The airline promises to return them in the next 36 hours. Refunds too are spiraling out of control. Ministry says IndiGo has refunded over 5.8 lakh passengers whose flights were cancelled just last week. The number since November 21st alone is over rupees 827 crore. But the main question in this entire probe still remains: what is DGCA's accountability? The pilots' body are now alleging a cover-up. They allege why DGCA approved extended winter schedules for IndiGo with impunity. Now the same officials are probing charges against IndiGo.
IndiGo has saved almost 1,200, 1,500 crores if you take the yearly salary by not recruiting them. And they knew it very well that they have to do it 2 years in advance. They know very well that a non-type-rated pilot takes 6 months to be trained. So all these things, IndiGo is fully aware. Only thing they believe in might is right, and we will be able, the government will do as we tell them.
There are many unanswered questions that the Civil Aviation Minister must answer. Did DGCA mislead the Parliament? Did DGCA have a prior warning? What did it do to avert the crisis? Has there been any action taken against the DGCA? Is it time for heads to roll?
Ladies and gentlemen, the empty chair on my program represents the TDP, which has announced officially that it is banning the Republic Media Network because the Republic Media Network is asking wrong questions and blaming the Civil Aviation Minister. Who else should I blame, Sohail? Should I blame Arvind Kejriwal? Who should I blame? They are saying we are so angry we have boycotted you. Viewers, I want you to know I have been boycotted today by the Congress, the TDP. I have been boycotted in the past, I can tell you, by the BJP. I have been boycotted and occasionally, intermittently, whenever they feel like, the Aam Aadmi Party also boycotts me. I have been boycotted intermittently, frequently, subsequently by the CPIM. So I must be doing something right, and yet we are the most watched network of the country. Sohail, please, can we have your empathy and sympathy on this matter of this tremendous issue of the boycott of the TDP? They boycotted us, they've issued statements, they're going after us right now.
See, let me tell you, you're like Groucho Marx. You wouldn't want to be a member of any club that would have you. So you thrive on boycotts, and boycotts mean you must be doing something right. I will only make one caveat without you jumping onto me. A, unlike the previous civil aviation ministers who were always in bed, in a manner of speaking, with private airlines, and you know who all I'm referring to, Ram Mohan Naidu is different. Okay? He's not from that generation or that ilk who was supporting, private operators, lobbying machines, all that nonsense was going on. I think, Arnab, you've raised the most critical issue today. Where is the consumer? And why is the consumer being treated like shit? So now let me elaborate, because as you know, Arnab, I've served on the British Airways Global Advisory Board. So I know a thing or two, not as brilliantly as you and the other experts. 4 things have happened. Number 1, DGCA has totally slept at the wheel, and the CEO of DGCA, or the chief executive, whoever the hell he is, must be sacked. Because it is the business of the DGCA to help 2 things. Number 1, flight safety and flight operations in India, and protect the rights of the passenger. In both those areas, they failed. IndiGo has issued 4 apologies. Has the DGCA chief come out and said a thing? No. The bureaucrats are brilliant at creating a ring fence around themselves when it comes to being harmed. So they will never apologize. Has the DGCA said, oh, this is what's happened, this is the white paper? No. They've left it to the minister to answer in Parliament and you to debate on television. So here's the thing. Air India, loss-making. Air India Express, loss-making. Akasa, loss-making. SpiceJet, loss-making. IndiGo, profit-making. Those 4 airlines could implement the FTL rules. Why couldn't IndiGo? And to be fair, IndiGo was an excellently run airline. Peter Elbers comes with some tremendous track record. So what happened now? Will you not give out a white paper? Will you not actually enumerate the reasons that went into this? Now let me tell you, Arnab, what I would have done, or what you as Arnab Goswami would have done. Number one, the entire board and top management would have been at the airport rather than feed their frontline staff to the wolves. Number two, passengers were urgent to be put on the no-fly list. It is not the fault of the ground staff. Number three, where is the board? The board, it's a publicly listed company. Where is the board of directors? They've got very eminent people, excellent track records, good integrity. The board must have been left out. The board must have said no. Compare it, Arnab. You and I did a program on June the 12th, 2025, after the Air India crash. Chandrasekharan, chairman of Tata Sons, not the CEO of Air India, chairman of Tata Sons, was in Ahmedabad by 10:20. Did you see anyone here? No. So there is also a tinge of arrogance. Who is to blame? We. When you make brands big, there is also a suffrage that you have to take into account. What is the solution? The solution is the DGCA must be populated with people who have aviation expertise, not animal husbandry.
No.
Number two, accountability needs to be established right now. Look, I will say one thing about Narendra Modi. He's not an easy person to piss off, in the sense he will be upset and he will take action. But this action must be demonstrable. This action must be severe. Number three, the airline must submit a white paper. You and I are making points A, B, C, D, E. You answer those points. Why are you giving an overarching apology? As if, an overarching apology will help. Number four, some level of fiscal penalty in order to ward off any such violations of rules. This is what I would begin with.
Sohail, I will bring everybody else therein. The problem I have is that the government of India knew everything. I have with me the department-related Parliamentary Standing Committee on Transport, Tourism and Culture, presented to the Rajya Sabha on 20th August 2025, laid on the table of the Lok Sabha on 20th August 2025. This is an astonishing document. This is why these people in the government are angry with me now. Because they know this is the best thing I do. I pull out papers and I embarrass everyone.
But can
I'll tell you. 1 minute, Suhail. This is a very important paper. Because the DGCA had been warned by the parliamentary committee, qua parliament, and the DGCA, Parliament called the DGCA complicit in fatigue risks, and the DGCA kept approving.
There you are.
The Parliament told the DGCA the act of granting these exemptions year after year suggests that the regulator DGCA has been complicit in institutionalizing this high-risk practice. This happens after the crash, by the way, after the Air India crash. Are you hearing me, Raman, Kishore? There is nothing to defend today. Satyaprakash Mishra, after the crash, the Parliament wants DGCA. The DGCA, Parliament wants DGCA. The report issues clear directive to DGCA saying DGCA must rigorously monitor and enforce compliance with the updated FTTL regulations for all flight crews, ensuring that the operators do not circumvent these vital safety measures. If you care for the people of India, if you care for the safety of the passengers, you can't give them an extension. They were warned about an extension. I hope there is no conflict of interest. I will never allege anything, but I want one thing, say one thing, without insinuating anything. I believe nobody from DGCA, MOCA, Government of India, anywhere should have any related party transactions. Watch my words. Read my lips. Related party transactions in which any people, they themselves, their family members, brother, sister, nephew, son, stepdaughter, grandfather, granddaughter, grandniece, anyone, nobody should have any company to do anything with logistics or aviation sector at all. And I'm not, people are going to jump when I'm saying this. I'm not putting anything out, but I'm putting an official statutory warning that if anybody is found having such a transaction, the Modi government must sack that individual, whether it is an undersecretary or be whatever else. Read my lips. Read my lips. The pressure tactic. Read my lips. The pressure tactics don't work on Republic. Remember, Kalmadi tried to put pressure on us. Remember, A. Raja tried to put pressure on us. If you feel we are fighting for the people, I don't care about the pressure. The fact is, DGCA knowingly allowed ATC fatigue to be normalized. DGCA allowed India's airspace to operate on a stretch mode for years. DGCA ignored every structural warning that the parliament issued. This is very serious.
Arnab,
No,
let me jump in.
Do you know how you'll all
in.
wake up tomorrow, God forbid, if there's an incident and say Arnab was right.
No.
But
Okay,
till then, you'll take
Arnab,
Kishore a corporate line.
No. Let me respond to it. Let me go point by point. First
No,
point.
but Arnab,
Let's get the facts
Arnab.
right here. Okay. Let's not confuse. If DGCA is talking about pilot fatigue and the safety of the passenger, that's perfectly fine. But to extrapolate it, to say that the roster management of IndiGo's pilots should be done by DGCA or the minister is extrapolation. Allow me to complete.
Who clears it?
No, one second.
Who clears it?
No, internal.
Who clears it?
It's not DGCA.
No. Who clears it?
No. See, these are internal operations. This is a private organization. This is not a government-run institute or not. This cannot be managed by government of
That's
India.
where you're going wrong.
Okay. So point number 2. What Mr. Sohail said is fair and square that yes, somebody has to be put to accountability. But today, asking accountability to put first rather than passengers' convenience is actually not the right thing.
Who approved? Who approved? 1 minute, Kishore, 1 minute. Who approved additional flights for the winter schedule? Who approved? You are approving additional flights for the winter schedule, knowing that FDTL norms are not being followed. You are approving the flights. Why?
But,
One minute.
They are
What happens
approving
to
the flights
passenger
under the
safety?
assumption that additional pilots will be provided by IndiGo. And
Okay, if I tell you this,
I can't believe
And the
he's
management-
saying
Kishore, if tomorrow someone asks you,
Kishore is normally very bright.
no,
Kishore is
tomorrow
very
if
bright.
the same
Kishore
people,
is always on point. What's happened to Kishore today? What have you had for breakfast?
nothing has happened. I'm only telling you a fair point that you need to penalize the government where it's
My
due,
friend,
but not
as
extrapolate
Arnab
it beyond the
Goswami
point.
said, if you do not have the FTL regulations, there is a passenger safety issue. Yes or no? Answer. Yes.
Absolutely yes. I agree with you.
So you want passenger safety to be compromised because you're defending the government?
tell me again.
I thought you were much
Today
nobler
you
than
want,
that.
you want, okay.
You're
Sohail,
sounding
you
like
tell me,
61% of flights.
Today you are okay with 1,500
On
flights
which day?
cancelled every single day for the next 30 days. Are you okay with
Not
that?
at all. Not at all. Which is why
Then
I'm
what do
saying
you
bring
do?
DGCA to account. Bring
How do you
DGCA to account.
generate 250 pilots today morning? Tell me that, Mr. Sohail. How do you generate?
what
How
is
do you
your-
produce 250
So
pilots?
let's
No,
let's
one minute.
Let's go by a thing.
Sohail, I want to.
Tomorrow, God forbid, something happens. Who is to blame? DGCA will say
Are you okay
citizens.
Then they'll blame the airline, they'll blame the manufacturer.
Running?
1 minute.
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Yeah, what is
Are
he
you okay
saying?
with 5 lakh passengers getting stranded in 145
My friend, let me tell you, there is no such thing as
1
partial
minute.
pregnancy.
Sohail, let me come in. Listen. Okay, I'm okay with the TDP boycott, no problems, my friend. The empty chair is there. It's a nice, wonderful chair. They should take a look at it. It's very good, ergonomically designed, fancy chair in the Republic newsroom. What I'm not okay with is that in November, Raman, don't look so angry. First of all, the people are angry. In November, did 755 flights of IndiGo not get cancelled due to rostering issues? Due to issues with crew? Did the DGCA not know? Then why did they clear the winter schedule? What did they not know in November that there is a problem in this airline?
see, Arnab, one factor has to be understood that the officers there have to perform their duty. It is not the duty of the minister to clear the roster. Number one. Number two, the logic that has been given by my dear friend Sohail, I do not accept that to an extent that, I find Sohail to be a person of interest in this matter because of his proximity to Tatas.
Oh, God, he's made an allegation
Fact
there.
of the matter
He's
remains
made an
that-
allegation
that-
there. He's made an allegation
No,
and
the
Sohail
fact
should
is-
reply. 4 windows on the
the fact
screen.
is- the fact
Sohail has
is
to
that
reply.
there is a
Sohail has to
problem.
reply. Sohail on the screen.
And
There's
the
a no,
problem
the serious
is-
charge made. He must reply.
problem
No,
is-
Sohail has to reply. You made a charge on Sohail. You said he's close to the Tata's way. He's saying, you're saying he's speaking for Air India. No, he has to reply.
No, 1 minute. Did I mention Air India? No.
No.
Did
No,
I say
I am
IndiGo
not
was
saying
very well
anything.
run?
I am
Yes.
saying by
Did
the
I
logics
mention that
given
there
by
was
you.
lobbying by Naresh Goyal? Yes. Are you Naresh Goyal's spokesperson? Are you representing
Oh,
Northeast? No.
fireworks.
Don't give me that bullshit by saying, I'm a person
I
of
am no
interest.
Fireworks tonight.
No. You tried to
I am
allude to that.
nobody's
I will now
spokesperson,
demolish
Mr.
you.
Goyal.
And I will smother your logic. Because I have
No,
zero
I am
respect
not.
for people
I am
who
not.
make
You must
allegations
understand what I'm
based
saying.
on an agenda
What I'm
that
saying
totally
is
misplaced.
that yes, there is a matter of greed by
you make
IndiGo.
an allegation,
Yes,
have
there
the-
is a.
have the
There could
guts
be
Suhail,
a
come on, can't break it,
matter of-
break it, Shawad. Break it, come and break it.
So, yes, there can
Break
be
it with him.
multiple
Let me tell you,
issues.
Raman.
But let's
Raman,
address
let's
the
keep
issue.
quiet for a minute.
Do not
You
do
made
not
an allegation.
go
Let me
round and
respond to
round
that
on,
allegation.
on the particular thing.
You say, oh,
I am
the
not. I have
government-
not.
I
I
must
have just
defend the government.
suggested
It
by
is not
your
the minister's
logic.
fault.
By your
What did I
logic,
raise? What were the
Sohail,
issues
by
I
your
raised?
logic.
Obviously,
no,
English
no,
is not
no,
your forte
Sohail.
because you
by
haven't even
your
understood the
logic,
points I've
I've
made.
just put forward a possible situation. A possible situation
My
by
friend,
your logic.
Let's
not
imagine.
an
Okay, let me
acquisition
tell
onto you.
I'm Arnab Goswami's friend
I'm not
as well.
accusing you of.
One minute. Suhail is
When I
speaking
speak,
back.
I'm your friend.
Suhail, it's a fight tonight. Suhail.
No, I'm not going to jump into your TRP fight. I've known
TRP?
Raman. It's a stupid accusation to make in the context of what I said. A. B. Let me be abundantly clear. Has the civil aviation
I was
sector
just
before
mimicking,
this
you know,
government,
being
1 minute,
as good as you were.
been infused
So when it comes
with
back
a
to you,
nexus?
doesn't mean that it
the
is
answer
stupid.
is yes.
Either you accept that
Number
what
two,
you said was stupid.
Number two, let me also say that all the points I've made today are in favor of only one stakeholder. That is the Indian passenger. The Indian passenger has been left high and dry. To me, the responsibility of hear me out. The passenger's responsibility rests on the shoulders of the DGCA.
The government's
I don't care about anyone else.
responsibility, Sohail, is to
The
make
DGCA
sure
is
that
responsible
DGCA
for the
is
mess
taken to
that it has
task,
created.
IndiGo is taken to task.
Huh?
The government's job is to take DGCA and IndiGo to task and
So that's what I've
create
said.
a good
Which part of my
inquiry
English
into
did you
this,
not understand?
Find out who was behind it.
That's
and
exactly
take
what I said.
the
The problem is nowadays, Raman, you got to understand something. If wrong things are happening in this country, no, I want to tell you what wrong things are happening. People are watching and people are getting very angry. Do you know this? That the owners, the Luthra brothers, the owners of that Goa nightclub,
Who are they?
so many people die. The next morning, they take a flight and go for a party to Phuket. You think we will not ask questions? Where was the government?
You must ask questions.
No, what ask
And the
questions? You
not
ask
just the
questions, then
questions,
BJP will say we'll
hold
boycott
those
you.
people who
No,
are
no.
accountable.
Today I have information, and please come in on this. Anmol Pawar, Satyaprakash Mishra, that the Luthra brothers, who are owners of that nightclub, broke the rules. The BJP is in power in Goa. How many people died? 25 to 30 people died, were burnt alive. Next morning, they took a first-class ticket and have gone to Phuket, where they will hire. Where was the government? What were they doing? Where is the moral culpability of the government at the center and the state? Why were they not put on a no-fly list?
The state government?
Why were they not put on a no-fly list? Satyaprakash Mishra, you may think I'm going from subject to subject. These are people issues. Luthra brothers have fled. IndiGo is doing manmani. The minister is blaming it on IndiGo. The TDP says ban Republic for asking questions.
May I respond?
Now, what's going on here?
May I respond, Arnab?
Yes, you must. I'm coming to you, Subhranshu. Yeah, things are getting very serious now.
In my complete and entire political journey so far, I have never taken a side which is wrong and which is against of people of India. Whosoever responsible for any kind of wrongdoing must be prosecuted and government must take action against them as per the rule of law. This is my stand, and I am really firm about my stance. Regarding where the buck stops, at so many desks or single desks, that has to be examined. The parliamentary committee, standing committee on the transport...
Sir, Satya, sorry to interrupt you there. The common man is stranded. He doesn't, a sick person cannot meet a person who's sick cannot travel. Families have been troubled, harassed, and people have not got their flights. But you know who got their flight? The super rich Luthra brothers, owners of the nightclub. And I'm told they took an IndiGo flight. I don't know. I am told I have a number 6E1073 to Phuket. Sohail, they took a 6C1073 to Phuket, I'm told, at 5:30 p.m. So 25 people die and they take a flight to Phuket. I must check whether it's an IndiGo flight. What is going on in this country, Sohail? Anmol, what's going on? I'm getting calls tonight. And the answer to all these questions is, put a boycott on Republic. Are you, no, 1 minute. Yes, Anmol, no, this is too serious.
No, this is serious. I understand that. Definitely, there are people who are responsible for it and all kind of this pathetic situation. But definitely, in such a situation...
You understand the contrast. People can't get their flights, but the Luthra brothers kill people and fly out immediately. They get a ticket, they get a flight, they must have flown stretch. One, sorry, Anmol.
Arnabji, there should have been 2 empty chairs, one for TDP and the other one for BJP. In this government where not even a paperclip moves without the PMO, this IndiGo crisis did not happen on its own. It was allowed to happen. These IndiGo violated the norms. DGCA looked away. Warnings were ignored. These parliamentary reports were ignored. And exemptions are now being quietly granted to them. Passenger safety is being compromised. I have few questions. And you know what's the reason for this?
No.
Interglobe, the parent company of IndiGo, they donated 36 crore to Bharatiya Janata Party in 2024.
Raman!
My first question is,
Satya!
Did money buy this regulatory silence? Did money buy a government silence? Second question, DGCA is a statutory regulatory body. DGCA is supposed to oversight all these flight operations. Then
I am
why
asking
is the
here...
Aviation minister now blaming...
I am on the other story. I am on the other story. I am on the other story. I want to ask you today that if 25 to 30 people die in this country in a nightclub, and Shravan has details with us, the super rich owners, the government will wake up, right, after they have fled. And I have Shravan with me, I have Aishwarya also, pull in Aishwarya as well on this. 5 o'clock. They kill people at 12 o'clock. 5 o'clock, they fly to Phuket. And the lookout circular comes after they have fled. This is like Congress time, man. The lookout circular is put out after they have gone out. What was the government doing? Shravan has details on both. Shravan has details on both. He has breaking news stories on both of their developments. Shravan.
Well, as far as the Luthra brothers are concerned, it's around 7 o'clock is when the lookout circular was issued, which means the Delhi airport and the other airports were not even notified, is what we are being told. 6C1073 is the flight that was taken. We do have a confirmation coming in right now with regards to both the brothers leaving in.
So they took an IndiGo flight. Is that an IndiGo flight?
It is an IndiGo flight. It's a direct flight that is taken to Phuket.
Wow.
And this morning is when, after landing in Phuket, a statement was actually issued by Luthra brothers. And surprisingly, Goa police actually realizes this after they landed in Delhi later this afternoon. So it was only after the team landed here in Delhi did they actually realize that the Luthra brothers had already left. And this happens after the lookout circular is issued.
This is absolutely shameful and shocking. Even Raman has no answer to that. Subhranshu, you're watching this tonight, right? I mean, this is getting to be Anmol as a political reaction coming in on this. And all you're seeing is attempted intimidation. Anmol, yeah. Raman has gone quiet, Satya's gone quiet, Kishore's gone quiet because there is only nothing to say to defend on the other side.
You are not giving me a chance to respond. I have already...
Arnab, I think we are debating a larger issue here.
I have never taken any side which is against the people. And I am...
The government is desperately trying to put the entire blame on IndiGo. My question is that how long will the DGCA, the Ministry of Civil Aviation and the Prime Minister,
GK2 के अंदर दिल्ली के
how
अंदर
long will
लाइसेंस
they
आम
try
आदमी
to
पार्टी ने
pin the
दिया था
blame
इनको
on IndiGo and run away from their responsibility.
Anmol, your party gave them the license to
DGCA,
operate
which
in
is a
Delhi.
statute-
I also want to get in Pradeep Bharti right now. He's national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party and was one of the passengers who got stuck at Hyderabad airport on the 5th of December. Pradeep.
Under their look.
If I was in place of the aviation minister, I would have been there and
good evening,
also
thank you.
sacked
Pradeep Bharti is on, please. Pradeep.
We had the
Raman, don't defend the indefensible. Pradeep Bharti, louder.
Air India.
In this government, and there is someone who asks for the resignation or asks tough question, then the BJP ecosystem will make an attempt to frame you as a traitor and the anti-national. And the common man has never a priority for this government, as the BJP or TDP spokesperson would have been there here for to answer this. The master of this communal politics will dislike these uneasy questions and debate only those issues which are irrelevant for the people of this country. I have less hope for this government, even though if I ask...
No, but Raman, this is what Congress used to do. Raman, this is what Congress used to do.
No.
What do you mean, no?
Can I complete my point, Arnab?
Already there are lots of head turning, there are a lot of work happening. Arnab, you tell me something. When the problem is there, nobody else.
1 minute, Raman, I have a parliamentary report. Raman, I have a parliamentary report here today. I'm not here without documents, without information, or without facts. I have a parliamentary report on the basis of which I am accusing the government.
I agree.
Let me make it very clear. If anybody says, oh, Arnab is only asking the TDP, they are talking rubbish. I am accusing the central government of making a promise to Parliament in August and not fulfilling its own promise in December, despite knowing that 60% of flights were cancelled in November. I am asking for the accountability of the central government.
Arnab, do you expect the ministers of BJP to fly the aircraft?
They are the ones who
BJP
create
stop any
monopoly,
airline?
Arnab.
Why do you want to give me a
They are the ones
pro-Kalmadi
who
kind of
create
reply,
monopoly.
Kishore?
My point
Everything
is very simple.
everything was under their watch.
IndiGo must be taken
Every
start
department
becoming
was-
has to be
bigger than
answered
this
first.
I am asking for the accountability of the minister and the ministry and the central government to the parliamentary committee.
Notices.
For God's sake, we need to solve the
Whosoever
problem now.
will be
Arnab,
responsible,
we need to
definitely
solve
the
the
bus will
problem now.
stop there.
There are 5
Maybe
lakh
the bus-
passengers stranded.
No.
for the last 5 days.
Kishore, let me tell you one thing. Kishore, let me tell you one thing. No government, I'll say one thing tonight. Without being fanciful about it.
DGCA surveillance system.
No, Anmol, I tell you one thing. Before, I don't want to keep Subhranshu out. No government likes this level of scrutiny. Congress, BJP, TDP, anyone. Sohail knows it. I am putting
We all
scrutiny.
know it, Arnab. But you are talking about duopoly. Did
Here
BJP
my
stop
thing
any
is,
airline to come in?
as Arnab Goswami said, our situation this evening is to A, find out where the blame should rest, and B, what is the solution going forward. Raman said this, Krishnan said this, that, people are, stranded, blah, blah, blah. The issue is very simple. Unless you force the hand of the DGCA to come clean on this issue, you will never have any level of cleanliness or probity or transparency. The purpose of this television program should be, did I interrupt you? Wait for me to finish. You always had impeccable manners. What is happening to you lately, my friend? So, let me just finish again. The thing is, as Arnab Goswami said, it's not about the empty chairs. It's about the empty cranium. And we need to fill that with transparency, probity, and a certain level of knowledge. That is the ultimate desire of everyone. Arnab Goswami is not standing up only for the passengers. He's also, I would hope, standing up for brand India and the damage we have got as a civil aviation economy. We've got wrapped on the knuckles. So it is a serious matter. And I totally agree with Arnab when he says that this was out in 2024. The regulations, if all the other airlines could adopt them, why couldn't IndiGo? Now, if IndiGo has some reasons which are beyond our comprehension, they should just mention those reasons. Either they are defending the DGCA or the DGCA is defending them.
Jitendra Singh is on the debate. Calls are open. Jitendra Bhargav, I've got Subhranshu wanted to come in on the situation right now. Subhranshu, your thoughts. You're one of the leading brand consultants as well in the country. Your thoughts on what you're seeing here tonight and broadly. As a passenger, I think you've also been at the receiving end.
Yes, my locus standa is quite unique in the sense I am one of those whose 4,500 bags, one of them is mine. lying in Bombay airport, presumably since the 4th. The simple question here is, since the diagnosis is indeterminate, the prognosis is speculative, Arnab. So my shorthand is, let's not get into the protocols of what DGCA ought to have done, which surely they ought to have done. My simple question is, what is IndiGo doing now? If you call their 0124 number, it still appears as if it's business as usual. There is very little outgoing communication. Their print ads are very reflexive and typical. There is no empathy. There is no engagement. There is no real effort. There is no real escalation matrix that has been provided. Very inequitable treatment, hence no equity, and certainly no explanation to people like me. So that to me are the 6 E's that are missing. There is no empathy, no engagement, no efficiency, no effort, no explanation. And where I am concerned, it pains me because a 60% market share player will, as Suhail was correctly saying, take this entire sector into a landslide. There is a deep disrepair wherever the locus of that may be. The fact is we are not able to determine why this happened.
I will want to mention 4 things tonight. I'm opening up to calls. Read my lips, everyone. I call for the central government to appeal to all the ministers and bureaucrats and all bureaucrats, top to bottom, to make the following declarations. Banning and boycotting Republic won't help. 1, there should be no conflict of interest between the professional duties of anyone in government and any private business they may be associated with. Secondly, there should be an immediate declaration by minister downwards to undersecretary or whatever level of any related party transactions in any affiliate companies to do or having had to do with any companies in which they had any governance or control. Declaration of the date of starting the company, including the director numbers, the DIN numbers, because they can be traced very nicely on the internet. 4th, if there are any people in any ministries who have companies in which there are related parties who are doing business in an area or industry affiliated to the ministry in which the individual is serving, we must know what is the domain expertise of the individual. It can't be tomorrow that an actor or actress starts a company which does business in the financial sector, suddenly overnight, by virtue of anybody related to them being in a position of policy making in that sector. It is called insider trading, and people in other countries are put in jail for that. I'm making a sui generis comment. I'm not making a threat.
1 minute.
I'm making a generic comment.
Arnab, just
people, समझने वाले समझ जाएंगे.
Arnab, if I
yeah, 1 minute. Sohail is jumping. 1 minute.
A press release. DGCA has just issued a press release.
Saying what? What press release? Show it. 1 minute.
Okay, I'll read it out.
Everyone on, yeah? Everyone, yeah.
DGCA has received IndiGo's response to the show cause notice, blah, blah, blah. IndiGo submitted replies, IndiGo's response, blah, blah, blah. IndiGo notes they have been engaging with the DGCA regarding blah, blah, blah. This allowed services. DGCA is in process of examination the response. Their bloody English is also warped. They should be sacked for that also. And enforcement action, as deemed appropriate, will be taken in due course. So basically, DGCA has also washed its hands of the matter.
Completely, easily. It's evident. It's evident. We have callers tonight. Pramod is calling from Hyderabad. From Hyderabad, I have Pramod. Pramod, can you hear me? Hi, Pramod.
Yes, now I can hear you.
Yeah, what do you think?
There is a bigger nexus, as you said, and the IndiGo is bigger than the boots of the, ministry. And DGCA cannot open their mouth in front of IndiGo.
Why? I wonder why, Ravi. I wonder why. Something's going on. Dal mein kuch kala hai. Ravi, I'll go on to Jaya in Mumbai. Jaya. Hi, Jaya.
Hello.
Hi, Jaya.
Thanks for having given me a chance to express my opinion.
Yes.
IndiGo has demonic intent. The intent of IndiGo has obviously been demonic. In case of IndiGo also, lookout notice should have been issued. How do you know the main people where the accountability has to be fixed? They have not already fled the country.
No, they are not accountable. DGCA is batting for IndiGo for all I care. Varun thank you for calling, Jaya. Varun from Bengaluru. So many calls tonight. So many calls.
Hello, Arnab.
Hi, Varun.
Firstly, I would like to commend you and Republic for taking up taking up the cudgels on behalf of the public, and also showing the duplicity of TDP by showing the empty chair in the newsroom.
No choice.
Arnab, I want to ask that isn't our Prime Minister accountable today of all issues? Why wasn't the IndiGo issue discussed threadbare in the Parliament? Yes, we are all patriotic. We all care about Vande Mataram. But of all days, today, why wasn't the IndiGo issue discussed threadbare? And I want to complete by saying that when it comes to cronyism, all politicians and all political parties are the
worrying
same.
point tonight. Worrying point. Thank you for expressing your view. Jitendra Bhaga, people are angry. IndiGo and DGCA, people are saying, are in cahoots.
Arnab, can I just quickly make a point?
Arnab, it is the people's anger that has made the government officials react in Parliament. DGCA coming, DGCA
running short.
With one caveat very clearly, yes, they provide you the relaxation in their pursuit to bring about normalcy at the earliest. But DGCA must be partially responsible, but IndiGo, no-cause notice is a hogwash.
Everyone on here tonight, I just want to say at the very end that we must make sure. One thing which in the civil aviation sector must go away, and is the conflict of interest. I think there must be deep journalistic investigations on the issue of conflict of interest. What is crony capitalism? Crony capitalism, and when there is direct or indirect, voluntary, involuntary, conscious, unconscious, deniable, undeniable conflict of interest.
In this case, there is no proof, Arnab.
I am an experienced editor. I have exposed the biggest scams, but we hope that there would be no conflict of interest in a BJP-led government.
Okay, you can be rest assured
I hope
they won't be.
No, but you are not in the BJP government to give me that assurance.
You claim to be in the planning commission or what?
I just think there shouldn't be.
Arnab, one thing is there which has
How much time?
called out for, and that is IndiGo must be an inquiry has been done.
1 minute.
IndiGo must be taken over under the government control.
One at a time. Audio. I can't hear everyone together.
Arnab, I have a quick point to make. Somebody was mentioning.
But one thing is very sure, the government will definitely take appropriate action and correct through its measures.
This appropriate word I don't understand. What is appropriate? What is appropriate for a passenger may not be appropriate for TDP.
Definitely.
How did these two brothers of that Birch Club fly out of the country to Phuket on an IndiGo plane?
I understand that.
Why did they fly out on an IndiGo plane? We were angry when Vijay Mallya flew out. We are angry when the Birch brothers fly out. How did the Luthra brothers fly out? Everyone on. How did the Luthra brothers fly out of the country?
Anything against whatever you are saying.
Did anyone tip off the Luthra brothers?
The government must have a certain kind of plan when private player is.
Nrit Kumar Mehta,
The next time such condition would not emerge.
Nrit Mehta from Noida. Come on, Nrit, are you there?
Mr. Arnab, my compliments to you for the information and document which you have extracted. From the information that and the views expressed by the panelists, it is amply clear that the hub center of the entire controversy is a person in the DGCA who cleared this FDTL, knowing fully well that IndiGo has not hired the pilot. He has the full information. He still cleared the winter schedule for the IndiGo. That means he is accomplice. He has been issued the credit card by IndiGo. He is a hand in glove. Let's name him and shame him on the panel. Let the people know that who is the person.
Well, we'll have to investigate everything, nothing without due investigation and due diligence. But I thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. And boycott or not, it matters not to Republic, matters not to me. On the other side tonight, who are the people who have a problem with Vande Mataram? Let's name them as well when I'm back.
For a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।